here, Ron. Really welcome back to the channel. Yo, you already know the vibes. Before you walk through the door, you gotta smash that like button. If you're not already, make sure you sub up, because this is the latest community on YouTube. Yo, so today I got a special treat for you guys. Today we're going to be doing woke conspiracy theory TikToks that will keep you questioning everything, volume 3. So I know how much you guys love this series. I've been getting a lot of positive feedback on these videos, a lot of comments, a lot of likes, a lot of discussions in the comments. I'm loving it all. Make sure you guys keep showing love to the channel. This one's going to be fairly short. I'm going to try to keep it, I'm going to try to run through it. It's going to be a real good one. I made this one up for you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So let's get straight to it. All right, let's get it.
Stop working hard. Hard work is not rewarded. Hard work is only punished. When you are working hard, your boss punishes you by giving you more work. The harder you work, the more chance there is of being your company's bitch. Don't be your company's bitch.
Don't be your company's bitch.
Do only what you are paid to do. And don't forget to just fucking chill.
Companies nowadays, they call that quiet quitting. Do what you got paid to do and leave, man.
Yes. Well, when I was a little girl in slave days, I always had something to do every day. Every day. I didn't have time to play very much at all. Because I myself was in the house for most of the time. In days like this, while we were outdoors, pulling up weeds, or picking up feathers where chickens would all make them through the yard, or every day. And in cloudy days, while we were in the house, we had a big pan of sand, silver sand in an old slipper, scrubbing up the floor in the big dining room where they ate the meal.
Mr. Haney, where did you live as a slave?
I was slave all my life.
Where did you live?
I truly where I lived in Washington.
Where did you live before Washington?
I told.
Damn, bro, that's crazy. Slave your whole life.
All right, so look, some of y'all might remember the video I did about New York a couple weeks ago. So look, remember I told y'all how they said New York City was sinking, right, because of the weight of the buildings. Then the very next day after that, disappeared in New York sky. Then a little bit after that, that's when all that smoke from the wildfire covered New York sky. Looked like something out of a movie scene, right?
You know what's crazy?
Then
the crazy part about the New York thing, a lot of people in Canada was saying that they saying the smoke was coming from Canada, but people in Canada said they wasn't seeing the fires, some of them, so I don't know.
It is, right? As soon as the smoke cleared from New York, thousands and thousands of bees swarmed Times Square. Now you got this, right? They were swarmed with a bunch of green gnats, like millions of them, right? And this dude, I don't know if y'all seen the video, this dude was literally covered from head to toe. If y'all go look on ABC 7 News, they literally got videos of it. And guess what they said? That some people are saying that it reminds them of the plagues from the Bible. But the crazy part is the news thing won't let you download the video or save the video because they don't want it around for real. Look, if by now if y'all don't see what's going on, it's because you choosing not to. You heard, bro? God is not playing with these people, bro. None of us. You heard? All these big cities, there's crazy stuff happening in Texas with all these mass shootings, weird stuff going on with their weather. New York stay going through something now, bro. This is God warning people to repent in real life, bro. This is the plagues from the Bible. This is the real stuff that was.
This is from June, but clearly this is shit obviously got worse in New York.
What's happening when Moses went to Egypt to go save the Israelites, bro? Real life. Not to mention you got all these places like Japan with their water turning blood red a couple days ago, bro. Stop playing, man.
A lot of this.
And the crazy part is this is just the beginning, bro. This is just starting. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet, bro. And people don't turn away from their sins. God not about to play with us, man. For real, bro. He never did. In the Bible, every time people got to the way that we're at right now, God brought destruction on them. You heard? But he also gave a warning to repent before. If y'all still denying that we in the last days, man, just because you choosing to, but you know what's going on, just like we do. You heard? Get right with Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he be going in on that. He goes very into detail about
y'all be telling me it be jokes about
the end times
and shit, right? Can you explain this shit behind me today, y'all? Yeah, I got an iPad. I had to hit the wide lens to get this whole motherfucker in the shot.
It's beautiful.
You see the double rainbow? You see this one? It's light. Do you see the second one over my head? Look at that. Look at that. This is unfucking believable.
Bro, that's beautiful. I actually caught a rainbow the other day on my phone.
I've never big puddle right here. On the bed. I've never seen a rainbow all the way down to the fucking violets. It's clear in my life.
Yeah, I haven't either. Never
When have
seen
you
it.
ever seen the end of the rainbow that clear the violet spectrum? Look at the purple. That shit is clear as fuck on both sides.
Yeah, I ain't never seen nothing like that, bro. It's beautiful.
I see this crazy shit. This is beautiful. It's two of them. Yeah.
It's unexplainable.
The apocalypse, as described in the Bible, refers to the end times and the final judgment of God upon the world. It is a complex and multifaceted topic, but I will provide a brief overview. According to biblical prophecies, the apocalypse begins with various signs and events that indicate the approaching end of the age. These signs include wars, natural disasters, famines, and the rise of false prophets and deceivers. In the book of Revelation, the Apostle John describes a series of visions he received concerning the end times. He sees a scroll with 7 seals, each representing a significant event or judgment.
I don't know if I said this before in any of my videos, but I recommend anybody, if you haven't read the Bible, if you're not religious, that's fine. But just if you ever just want to have a good read, go read the book of Revelation or go listen to it. It's a very interesting, some interesting stories in there.
As the seals are opened, there
Very
are catastrophic events on Earth,
Make you wanna
including
get right.
wars, plagues, and cosmic disturbances. The visions continue with the sounding of 7 trumpets, each heralding a different judgment or catastrophe. These include hail and fire, a great mountain thrown into the sea, and a star falling from heaven. The climax of the apocalypse is the final battle between the forces of good and evil. Satan, the deceiver, gathers his followers for a final stand against God. However, they are ultimately defeated by Jesus Christ, who returns in glory and power. After the defeat of evil, the final judgment takes place. The dead are raised, and everyone stands before the throne of God to be judged according to their deeds. Those whose names are written in the book of life will enter eternal life, while those who rejected God will face eternal punishment. The apocalypse concludes with the creation of a new heaven and a new earth, where there will be no more pain, suffering, or evil. God's presence will be with his people, and they will experience everlasting joy and peace. The purpose of the biblical apocalypse is to warn people of the consequences of their actions and to call them to repentance and faith in God. It serves as a reminder of the ultimate sovereignty of God and his plan to restore and redeem his creation. While the details and interpretations of the apocalypse may vary among different biblical scholars and traditions, the overarching message remains one of hope, justice, and the ultimate triumph of God's righteousness. This is the end of this episode. Follow for more content.
That'll make you want to get right. I don't know what will.
How they make you work. The reason they make you work in factories, the masses stuff work in factories, is because you spend 10, 20, 30, 40 years working in this factory. You're pumping all this energy out, then you're pumping all this fear out, all this strain, all this stress that comes from working a job all these years. Okay? So they're draining you. And then now,
taking all your energy.
when you do retire, right? Now they just sitting back waiting for you to die. Because when you die, all those years of building up that stress, that frequency, that fear, those negative emotions, these chemicals are released from you at the moment that you leave this avatar. Anybody that works in a funeral home or anybody that's in the medical field will tell you about all the chemicals your body releases at the moment of what they call death. Okay, so this is how sick this world is. So once you release all these chemicals at the moment you leave, you transcend this realm and you transcend the avatar. Why do you think they go back into the graveyard and they take the body?
Ooh, this shit
Okay,
gave me the chills.
most people, the masses, are not aware that when you bury a relative, they are not in the ground. You're not there to see your relative get buried. They don't even let you stay there for that. You only stay there so long, and then y'all leave. You just see the casket laying in the ground.
Yeah,
that's all you see was the casket laying in the ground.
Do that.
And you like, okay, I know my relative got buried. You are not aware that nobody relative go in that ground. They take that body, chop that body up, send the parts off to certain individuals, all right? Mix, split the blood up, do blood harvesting, organ donating,
sick people,
organ
bro.
harvesting rather, with the organs of everybody's dead relatives when people pass away. And you have never went to the cemetery to dig your relative up. If you go dig your relative up, ain't gonna be nobody there. No bones or nothing. It should be bones there, right? It won't be no.
Yo, imagine, bro. Imagine you go do that and there's nobody there, bro. Like, that's just give me the creeps, bro. That's so
bones there.
weird.
I can guarantee you that. I'm willing to pay you. Whoever willing to go dig their relative up, I'll pay you.
Not
You
me.
feel me? Your feelings gonna be hurt. I'm not lying to y'all about nothing. Listen, man.
Not me.
Understand that, and this is how sick it is. Even when your soul and spirit transcend the realm, if you have never opened your third eye while in this physical, most of us who were entrapped in religion and trapped in working in this matrix and trapped in believing in the matrix and living in it and releasing all these chemicals and staying locked into our root chakra, right? When you die and you transcend the realm, even on a spiritual level, most people go back into the moonlight. And so they soul and spirit come right back. This is why this realm is called light code lockdown, and you call it reincarnation, but you're not supposed to come back here. You shouldn't even want to be here right now if you truly understood what was going on down here on this realm. This realm is not free like it used to be. Now, we are at war right now to take the realm and the planet back, but it was a time before time when time did not exist. I repeat, it was a time before time when time did not exist. And the soul and spirit can come and go as it please. And these avatars never, quote unquote, died. There was no oxygen in the atmosphere.
Stuff.
So understand that at that.
If you're not familiar with Rashad Jamal, you can go look him up. He's very, very spiritual and woke, but he ended up getting arrested. And a lot of people think they're trying to get him for speaking out.
At that time, this when the
Very
realm was a
interesting
part
character.
of the cosmic and galactic forces. All right, before it had been hijacked by the Pleiadian, Draconian Human Alliance. All right.
I know it can sound
All
a
right.
bit.
So let's keep reading about it.
That can sound a bit intense if you're not.
As far as I'm
on that
concerned,
frequency.
since we met you people 500 years ago, look at us.
Oh, I
We've
love this.
given
I love
everything.
this.
You are still taking. It's true. I mean, where will the whole Western world be without Africa? Our cocoa, our
Pay attention.
timber, our gold, our diamonds, our platinum, our
platinum.
whatever. Everything you are is us. I am not saying it, it's a fact. And in return for all of this, what have we got?
Nothing.
Nothing. Anti-personnel indoctrination against ourselves.
Every continent
If
trying to
you
steal
go
from
and
Africa.
cook your horrible diseases like AIDS, you say it is
Every
us.
continent.
You brought us tuberculosis. We didn't have this big cough until white people came here. In exchange for Africa giving Europe 500 solid years of our people, I mean not Europe, the Western world, of our human beings to work your canes, to dig your gold,
And counting.
to take in gold itself, diamond, I mean, you know, fish, peanuts, palm oil, everything.
People.
In exchange for that, we have got nothing.
Suck 'em dry.
Nothing. And you know it. Nothing. And you look upon, you know, white folks look upon us like monkeys. It is true. It's in your literature. Some of your best thinkers have said this about us. Have you heard of the,
What was
all
that
these
document?
Germans? Ooh, it's in your literature. Some of your
1874 to 1877. Some of your
best thinkers have said this.
Through the Dark Continent. Explanation Part 1. My new mission. While returning to England in April 1874 from the Ashteen War, the news reached me that Livingston was dead, that his body was on its way to England. Livingston had then fallen. He was dead. He had died by the shores of Lake Bimba on the threshold of the dark region he had wished to explore. The work he had promised me to perform was only begun when death overtook him. The effect which this news has upon me after the first shock had passed away was to fire me with a resolution to complete his work, to be, if God willed, the daily. What is this? My new mission, the daily teleport. Yes, Bennett, the Lady Alice, my European staff, disappointed applicants and thoughtful friends. My departure for Africa, part 2. The sources of the Nile. Heterodotus on the Nile, Burton on the Nile Basin, Lake Tanganyika, Lake Victoria, Speke, Grant, and Cameron, the Livingston River, the work before me. My departure for Africa through the dark continent. That's crazy.
It's about us. Have you heard of all these Germans? Have you heard? Okay. Yes. They said Lord Burton, people like that, they said we don't even have the brain of animals. That's what we've got from you people.
But don't you think that this is over now?
Over where? Is it over? Who said that 8 came from the green monkey? Is it over? Is it over?
Well, if this is your impression, do you think that you can ever forgive us?
It's not a question of forgiveness. I have nothing against you. My point is that you did and you are doing for your survival what is necessary. We can't blame you for that. The fact that we didn't do enough for our own survival and we are still not doing enough for our survival, that is not your problem.
She went in. She is tired of it, and I feel it.
White supremacy. White people destroyed Egyptian monuments that looked too black. White people started separating Egypt from Africa as if it was two different places. White people started making Egyptians look white. And then when people started pointing out that Egyptians were in fact African, they started trying to make it seem like the pyramids were built by aliens because they did not want the modern white world to know how advanced the African culture was. Why do you think they targeted Africa for slaves in the first place? This was all about implementing white supremacy. Take a look at what they did to Jesus Christ. That man ain't white, but they made him white and they forced that white Jesus onto people of color just to further perpetuate the white supremacist agenda.
He was playing no games.
The COVID vaccines seems to be growing within the recipient's vascular system. Anomalous objects are being discovered in the dead bodies of the vaccinated by embalmers.
Y'all didn't believe me.
Things being grown.
Let me just give this disclaimer real quick. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta believe nothing on this video. Everything, this is just for entertainment purposes. I do not believe everything on this video. It's all fake. I'm just reacting. That's it. So with that being said, take this with how you want it.
These are not blood clots, and they appear to be some sort of organic material.
If you want to go see this video, this TikTok name is right there. You can see it.
Of what looks like reptilian scales.
Reptilian scales.
Growing within the vaccinated.
Mark of the beast.
I just hope that this is fake, because that's tough if that's what's happening.
Adult death syndrome. We do not know what these things are, but they are being found by embalmers and coroners everywhere. Except pretty much all of them are too afraid to speak out.
That's tough. Hell no.
All right, someone explain this to me. You see these two rainbows here, all right, which are coming from the reflection of this corner and this corner of the glass.
I see it.
Just like this one is here as well, coming from that corner, as well as this one coming from that corner.
Okay.
So when we see a rainbow outside in the sky,
like we just did,
shaped like this, where is that coming from? The only explanation would be if we were to have some form of rounded glass structure above us.
Like a firmament?
If you've never heard of the firmament, look up the firmament and research.
That's in the Bible.
And educate yourself.
And according to
I'm
the
not
Bible,
saying the earth is flat.
According to the Bible, we are in a basically closed. No, you can't leave. And basically, it's like flat Earth with a dome on top. And the moon and the sun they're not away from us. It's here with us. But science says different. I'll let you decide what you think. Let me know in the comments what you think. Is it a firmament or is it space?
A lot of Christians will not listen to Taylor Swift anymore. They believe she's crossed a line, she's doing way too much demonic shit. There's a really interesting new crazy conspiracy theory about one of her songs in particular. Craziest conspiracy theory ever about Taylor Swift is that she is the rejuvenated clone of the high priestess of the Church of Satan, Zena LaVey. Their lips, nose, eyes look identical. They both happen to have the same fixation of snakes and snake handling. And it's insane because they're both renowned singer-songwriters. Like, that's their main job. Each of them, they have too much in common. Now, in 2023, there's definitely been an uptick in the amount of demonic symbolism in Taylor Swift's music videos and songs. This amazing Christian TikToker, Karu, got millions of likes for saying,
"Here's why I don't listen to Taylor Swift anymore as a Christian."
His theory that he talks about specifically is about the Willow music video, where there's this string attached to her piano, and anytime someone hears her play music, they get entranced and obsessed with her. They want to be by her. And his whole point was that people get so obsessed with Taylor to the point where they're almost worshiping her like she has their soul or something.
Yeah, the Taylor Swift fans, the Beyonce fans, the Drake fans, y'all be too much for me, bro. Like, these artists are not that good. I'm sorry, bro. I'm gonna come out and say it. Beyonce is not that good. Taylor Swift is not that good. Drake is not that good. To be like the way y'all be acting, it ain't that deep. Like, I'm not a Swiftie or in the Beehive. Like, y'all be too fucking excited about these celebrities, bro. Like, it's not that fucking serious, I promise.
Video, she's on her ritualistic witch ceremony shit. He thinks all those oars represent people's souls who are obsessed with Taylor. And she follows that string right back to her piano because that's what gets people to be obsessed with her. That's where her power lies. This makes sense because Willow is very demonic coded on tour.
Playing them in a dream state. Everyone is already
collection with songs like Dancing Witch version, Lonely Witch version, Moonlit Witch version. She's admitting she's a witch.
Yeah, I believe it.
Did you know that in reality, everyone is already dead? It's said that when a person dies, their brain stays alive for 7 long minutes. During this time, the brain recreates memories, replaying them in a dream state. The individual sees his whole life flash before his eyes.
That's crazy.
Time elapses differently when you're awake than when you're dreaming. 7 minutes can seem like 7 minutes, or a century. Stephen Hawking has said that when we discover the God particle, or the Higgs boson, as some call it, the end of the world could happen in a day, and in 2012, we discover it. And if the world really did end in 2012, and if it did happen in an instant, and we've all been living in our own consciousness ever since, perhaps that's why, since 2012, the world has seemed increasingly strange, unreal, and absurd, as if we are all stuck in a never-ending dream. Our perceptions of reality have become distorted, blurring the lines between what is real and what is imagined.
I feel like
it's a perplexing thought that leaves us questioning.
I feel like shit got weird in 2019, but 2012, I do remember it. Everybody thinking the world was going to end, including me, and I was shook.
The nature of our existence and the true boundaries of our consciousness.
What y'all think?
Listen to this, because this is very fucking wild.
About 10 days after 9/11, I went through the Pentagon, and one of the generals called me, and he said, "Sir, you gotta come in and talk to me a sec. We've made the decision, we're going to war with Iraq." I said, "We're going to war with Iraq? Why?" He said, "I don't know." He said, "I guess they don't know what else to do." He said, "I guess it's like we don't know what to do about terrorists, but we got a good military and we can take down governments." So I came back to see him a few weeks later, and by that time we were bombing in Afghanistan. I said, "Are we still going to war with Iraq?" And he said, "Oh, it's worse than that." He said, he reached over on his desk, he picked up a piece of paper, he said, I just got this down from upstairs, meaning the Secretary of Defense's office today, and he said, "This is a memo that describes how we're going to take out 7 countries in 5 years, starting with Iraq and then Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and finishing off Iran."
It's like insane. How do they not talk about that every day?
If they did that, That's karma,
conspiracy theories. The Earth virus theory. This theory states that the Earth is a living organism, and we, you and I, the humans, are the virus. The Earth grows plenty of free food, and every animal seems to balance and coexist on Earth in sort of a circle of life. For instance, bees pollinate crops, moving from one plant to the next, fertilizing each plant. It's beneficial. Even though they're taking pollen, they're still being beneficial. But humans, we seem to not benefit the Earth at all. We're more destructive. We clear rainforests, kill the ocean with our plastics, puncture giant holes in the ozone with our chemicals and fuels, and we cause man-made climate disasters. We don't seem to coexist. But before I continue, question time. If aliens were about to destroy the planet, and one came up to you, they chose you, and said, if you show us 2 things on Earth of why we shouldn't destroy this planet and kill you all, what 2 things would you show them to save the Earth? Let me know down.
2 things I would show them is a newborn baby and a beautiful flourishing like rainforest or like a mountain range, like some type of beautiful nature scenery.
Below. But anyways, think about the human body. When we're sick, our body creates antibodies to kill off the viruses. That's exactly what the Earth does to us, creating earthquakes, droughts, tsunamis, and other natural disasters. Let's face it, we're destructive in nature. And while a tiny bit of us do try to help the planet, the majority of us selfishly harm it. Maybe we are the virus.
We're definitely the virus.
Have you ever heard the creepiest conspiracy theory that a lot of celebrities have been on this planet for a lot longer than you think and have lived multiple lives? The theory goes that people in the past who garnered enough money, fame, or status were given the opportunity to be inducted into the Illuminati or the New World Order and have their DNA and memory extracted before they died and then saved so they can make clones of them and live over and over again. Others say vampires or time travelers, but the most popular theory is the multiple lives theory. Now let's take a look at some examples. First is Mark Zuckerberg, who looks like the old king of Spain and Portugal, who would definitely have the means to clone himself. Jennifer Lawrence looks like old Egyptian actress Zubaida Therwat. Jimmy Fallon looks like an old Marxist revolutionary leader. Michael Jackson has apparently already lived multiple lives, including a royal in Egypt. Jay-Z, this one gives me chills. Eddie Murphy. And apparently each time they come back, they're smarter, better, know the secret to success, and can easily choose which life they want to live this time. Before I show the most shocking one, make sure you follow so you finally know what these other crazy celebrity conspiracy theories are and request which one you want to see next. The most shocking that's been debated by the public for years is Keanu Reeves. People say he's immortal, but the multiple lives theory works here as well, as he's already lived as Charlemagne, a famous painter, and a famous actor. When asked about it, he didn't deny it, he laughed it off, but the crowd was scared.
The Earth, since you've just been around, there's just different generations. I just wanted to show you, just in case. We're all stardust, baby. I do. I can see it. We have a likeness in the eyes. Yeah, nose. And the mustache and the beard and the cheekbones. And the forehead. But that's the real... Oh.
That's crazy. What y'all think?
Conspiracy theories that everyone knows is true, part 1. Everyone knows the story of the man that invented an engine that ran on nothing but water that supposedly was able to go 845 miles between fill-ups. Somebody from the oil and gas industry got upset and got this guy whacked off basically in broad daylight. They poisoned him and found unalived. I'm going to take it a step further on.
I always thought about that. Like, why haven't we just made cars that run on water? That'd be so easy, bro. I mean, we know why, but I just...
Not only do I think oil and gas industries are doing everything they can to stop people from inventing things like this, I think they're also stopping the advancement of just regular combustion engines and their mileage. I find it very strange that outside of going to a hybrid or an electric vehicle, that the overall gas mileage of engines really has not changed in many, many decades. Considering how much things have gotten advanced in everything else in society, I don't think it's really that possible that there's no way big companies like Toyota or Honda or Ford can't find a way to have an engine that's not a hybrid or electric that can add more mileage to a vehicle. But everyone knows this is true, and this is another thing that nobody steps up and does anything about because they're scared they're also going to go get whacked off.
Yeah, they will whack your ass too.
The moment they travel to Africa, they feel so comfortable. No discrimination. We treat them equally. But the moment we travel in their continents, this is how they treat us. We Africans do too much.
Yeah, this one's heartbreaking.
We will never learn. We do too much.
So they did a social experiment where they took a white guy and a black guy, and they act like they was blind, and they was like reaching out to people, and the white guy was getting way more, like people was like actually like hugging him and like helping him, and then the black guy people were like trying to stay away from him type. You probably already seen this on the internet, but yeah,
just put an end.
It's just sad to see.
You see,
I would have hugged both of them.
We do too much. You will never ever feel comfortable among them, but they will feel comfortable among us, and we need to put an end to this.
That's crazy. I don't even think they're in America either. They might be like somewhere else. That's crazy. Alright, so there you have it. That's going to conclude part 3 of woke conspiracy theories that will keep you questioning everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Yeah, I know I've been going a minute, but it feels good to be back. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys get in the comments. Let me know what you thought about the video. Let me know what was your favorite clip of tonight. Let me know what's your thoughts, opinions on all these clips that we've seen tonight. And let's try to get this video to 50 likes. And yeah, make sure you smash that like button below, sub up like I said at the beginning, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.